So we got this one right here. Okay, so Nexus Mods. I made a video about this today. And this video, needless to say, is blowing up. Okay. It's got like 40, 50,000 views, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. But Nexus Mods put out a statement. Okay. They put out a statement earlier today talking about the mod about body type 1 and 2. And how, you know, obviously there's a mod that replaced body type 1 and 2 with male and female. They put out this statement. And needless to say, this is the most politically correct bullshit statement that I've read in a long time. And it's nothing short for Nexus Mods, right? This is what I expect from Nexus Mods. This is a similar statement that they put out during the whole Marvel Rivals banning of the Trump mod. Remember when there was a Trump mod for Captain America in Marvel Rivals? They put out a statement. They said, well, we banned the Joe Biden one too, so look at us being politically neutral. It's like, yeah, but what about the other shit that you did? And they're like, well, forget about that. So now they put out this statement, and it says from Picky Saurus. This is a community manager, I'm assuming, over at Nexus Mods. They said the following. Community notice regarding this mod. And this mod is talking about the male and female mod. It says this mod has been and likely will continue to be a source of controversy within the community. After a thorough review, we have determined that the content of the mod itself does not violate our community guidelines. However, due to the nature of the topic, which often attracts intense and sometimes hostile discussion, the comment section will remain locked to prevent further escalation. Then it says they should have just stopped there, in my opinion. They should have just stopped there and not continued. But of course, they had to drum up some bullshit. So then they said, why was the original upload removed? They said there has been a lot of speculation and misinformation regarding the removal of the original upload. To clarify, the mod was not taken down because of its content. Bullshit, right? As stated in the ban notice, it was removed due to the uploader's behavior. Shout out to True North. He said, I second that. Don't be poor. True North is calling people poor. That's crazy. He says, to clarify, the mod was not taken down because of its content. As stated in the ban notice, it was removed due to the uploader's behavior. In the comments, the uploader expressed an intent to incite drama and endorse an external site explicitly designed to host inflammatory content. This kind of behavior directly violates our community standards. We recognize that mods like this can bring sensitive discussions around gender and identity to the forefront. While these are important conversations, our platform exists to support creative expression in modding, not to serve as a battleground for the broader cultural or political debates. What we will not tolerate is trolling, harassment, discrimination, or any form of toxicity that these discussions may provoke. Our commitment remains the same, to keep modding accessible and welcoming for everyone. I wonder if they genuinely, I really wonder if they genuinely believe the bullshit that they're saying. I really do. Do they believe their own bullshit? I just highly doubt that, right? So then they said, please note the following. Any re-uploads of this content or any derivative content intended to circumvent this policy will be removed. Abusive behavior in comments or posts will result in moderation actions. There is no need to report this mod page. If you'd prefer not to see this content, we encourage you to make use of the content blocking tools by blocking the real world issues, tag, or the author 7H3 Laughing Man. Hey, we got Laughing Man in the chat. We have a Laughing Man in the chat. Was this you? Was this you, Laughing Man? So let's kind of break this down, right? So they say that the actual content of the mod is not violating their community guidelines. I don't believe this at all, right? I don't believe this at all because at the end of the day, there has been mods that are exactly like this for other video games that have been removed, and they never once reference the uploader as being the problem for the mod's removal. They never once referenced that at all. This is some brand new bullshit as an excuse as to why they removed this mod. Number two, you never see them remove anything from their website unless it is something that is considered criminal or it is something that is considered right-wing ideology, right? Whatever they may tie to that, right? Although I just considered it to be normal ideology at this point. If you want male and female instead of type 1 and type 2, that shouldn't be a right-wing or a left-wing thing. That should just be a normal thing. But, you know, I digress anyway. So it's complete and utter bullshit, right? These are the same people that banned the Angraboda mod, right? If you guys remember the God of War mod that turned Angraboda from a black little girl to a white girl or a white Viking girl, they banned that one. This is the same one that has race swap mods being banned, right? They banned the mod that turned, what the fuck was his name in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? I don't know, the black guy. I fucking forgot his name. I'm so retarded today. Musa, right? Musa, was that his name? Musa. They banned the mod that race swap Musa and turned him into a white man. But they didn't ban the mod that turns fucking Henry into Musa. It's like, what? So hold on. You can turn Henry into a black man, but you can't turn Musa into a white man. You serious right now? And these are the same people that have a black Geralt of Rivia mod that is available on their website with no problems whatsoever. These are the same people that specifically stated, okay? They specifically stated that they removed the American flag mod for Spider-Man 2 that turned all the gay flags into American flags, which is essentially the same thing here. It's the same thing here. They said they removed it because they're against bigotry. They said they removed it because they are against anything that affects marginalized people. So you cannot then sit here and suddenly say, well, this mod that has to do with gender in the same way that the Spider-Man 2 mod had to do with gender and ideology and all that stuff. You can't say that now all of a sudden that it's okay for your community guidelines, but the only reason you removed it is because of the person who uploaded it. Miss me with that fucking bullshit, Nexus Mods. Come on, man. Come on, man. You guys know that this is not true. You guys know that this is not true, right? I would rather they just be honest, because at this point, people have already decided that they're most likely going to boycott Nexus Mods to some extent. I see people leaving Nexus Mods all the time to go to what do you call it? To go to like DEG Mods and other websites as well, right? Like there are so many websites out there. And again, if you guys haven't checked out some of them, you should. I'm not a modder, so perhaps you should ask around and talk to people who are. But I know that there are websites like DEG Mods that don't practice censorship. They allow these mods to exist. There's no reason to use Nexus Mods anymore. Nexus Mods is the most famous one, but they shouldn't be anymore. They have been long irrelevant for I don't even know how long now. So J Viper says, check the ban notice. I mean, this is a screenshot. I can't actually check the ban notice because I'm not on their website. This is a screenshot of the actual, you know, the situation. Yeah, I would never fucking go to Nexus Mods. Absolutely not. I refuse. I never had an account with them. I would never even bother because I already knew what they're like. So again, boys, so we all know this is bullshit. So people looked at this and they had a little bit of a melty melt about it, right? And people have been talking about it on Twitter. They've been engaging in conversation about it, and rightfully so. Nexus Mods is flat out lying to you. Nexus Mods is flat out lying to the whoever they, you know, who is this Laughing Man? They're lying about this guy. I don't know what website they're referencing. He probably ended up linking it to Twitter. Most likely, I gotta imagine. He probably ended up linking it to Twitter, which is why they considered it to be a website that is meant for inflammatory content, whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, no, Paper Liger, I would never use their website. I would never give them ad revenue. Nothing. Literally nothing. Never. So Tiberius says, to be honest, I think Nexus Mods is only really relevant because of the Fallout New Vegas. Other than that game, I can't really recall being told about it for mods. Well, I mean, at some point they became somewhat relevant and they took advantage of it, and now they feel like they are too big to fail. So here's the reason why I think they're backtracking on this. I think they've realized, and I think Asmongold agreed with this, but I had said this in my video, so I highly doubt he watched it. But regardless, I said this in my video earlier today when I reported on this. I tried to report on it as fast as possible because I saw it and I was like, oh, they actually responded. Wow, people need to know about this. So I said in my video that I think it's pretty obvious what's going on. I think Nexus Mods understands that there is competition out there now. I think they understand that there is no such thing as being too big to fail. You're only a modding website, bro. You know what I mean? You're just a modding website. Like you're not offering a service that is considered fucking quintessential and like you're just a modding website. You could be easily replaced. Easily. So I think they realize that the competition is definitely heating up. I think websites like DEG Mods has absolutely blown up in popularity lately. Jay Viber says, DM me a screen cap. Okay, I'll check it out after this. They absolutely know the competition has ramped up. And they know, like, every time I see something happen with Nexus Mods, bro, DEG Mods is right there advertising their website. And I can't blame them. I can't blame them. I'm like, you know what? If your competition is deciding to give you free lunch because they think they have too much, only to not realize that the famine is about to hit them and they're going to have no food soon, you better take that fucking lunch and hold on to it. There is no reasons not to. You know what I'm saying? They are giving you free food. Take it. Take it. Take advantage of the situation. Take advantage of them just thinking they're too big to fail. Just take it. Because they're doing it, right? Or better yet, if they're asleep at the wheel and they think that they're too big to fail and they have no competition, you should show them exactly what happened to Nintendo when Power World got released. Because that's exactly what's happening here. So Nexus Mods thought that they were too big to fail. And Nexus Mods thought they had a, I guess you could say a monopoly on the situation. And they're going to find out really quickly that that's not the case. And I think they've been finding out for a while. So that's why I think it's hilarious that they're backtracking and saying that this mod that has to do with gender is suddenly not against community guidelines, but then the Spider-Man 2 mod that had to do with gender ideology was somehow against their community guidelines, and they had to take it down. It's like you are completely full of shit, and you know that you're full of shit. Shout out to Jeremy Webb, bro. I see you in the chat, man. I hope you're doing okay. I'm gonna catch up on super chats in a second. So let's take a look at Jay Viper's screen cap. Let's see what Jay Viper's got. Hold on. So let's see what we got here. Okay. So this picture came from Jay Viper. So shout out to him for sending this to us. Account banned ultra pouring. Ultra pouring has been banned from Nexus Mods for violating our community rules. So wait, is ultra pouring? This is a different person. This is a different person. Right? Like this is not hold on, this is not Laughing Man, right? Or is it Laughing Man? I'm confused. You said that's from their direct link? Okay. It seems like it's a different person. Yeah, it's a different person. So ultra pouring, I think I know who this is. Ultra pouring is a person who decided to re-upload the mod. If I'm not mistaken. I believe they re-uploaded the mod because I remember seeing on Twitter somebody talking about ultra pouring and how they were banned for re-uploading the male-female mod. But anyway, I'm going to read it. So ultra pouring has been banned from Nexus Mods for violating our community rules. Here is the reason. Posting an intentionally antagonistic mod with intention to evade the rules. The mod altered the body types in the Oblivion remake from 1 and 2 to male and female. While the modification itself is not inherently a problem, the intention of the author is the problem. What? But it's a modding website. What are you talking about? If the mod is not a problem, Why can't you just let the mod be? How? Wait, hold on. This is gaslighting to the max, bro. When a user reported that they had archived the mod on a website dedicated to archiving TOS breaking content on Nexus Mods and other modding websites with a particular focus on bigotry. Oh, there it is. There it is. A focus on bigotry. Listen, they can try to mask themselves as much as they want, but the fucking truth is going to come out at some point every single time. There it is. The word bigotry. The author replied, awesome. Thanks for picking up on my intentions. For my file submission guidelines, files that remove gender identity, including pronouns, from a game that have been intentionally put in place by a game developer when the removal is clearly to be divisive or to cause hostility within the community or marginalize specific groups. Bro, get out of here. Get out of here with this, bro. Get out of here. So this is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the Spider-Man thing. This is what they said during the Spider-Man thing. This is the same exact thing. So now they put out a statement talking about there was nothing wrong with the mod. Bro, you are so full of shit. Oh my God, dude. You guys clearly are politically affected by this mod. You are clearly ideologically affected by this mod. This mod makes you cope and seethe. The mere existence of this mod makes you cope and seethe to the point where you are now getting angry at the uploader who is trolling you, who says, awesome, thanks for picking up on my intentions, and with the waving emoji. Like, you're getting trolled by this guy, and you're choosing to ban him for, I don't know, felting you? I really have no idea. These people are basically the equivalent of the 4chan fucking moderators, bro. That's what it is. These people are drunk with power. The Nexus Mods moderators are drunk with power. And they're like, yeah, we're just going to ban anybody that even comes close to questioning our ideology. But they're totally not about that, though. Remember, they're totally not about that, though. They're totally not ideologically driven, right? Oh, and what was that last bit? Hold on. What was that last bit? This is the greatest part right here, right? Can I zoom in on this? Hold on. Our commitment remains the same to keep modding accessible and welcoming for everyone. Bro. Where is my... I don't have the clip, but I have the sound. Fuck it.
Ready? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Bro, they are so full of shit. They are so full of shit. You're such a liar. Oh my God, dude. Yo, Jeremy Webb, I see the red boy, bro. I'm just finishing this segment, and I'm going to get into it, brother. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much. I really hope you're okay out there. So let's read this. Reference below are the links where the infractions took place where relevant. Some links may point to hidden, deleted, or restricted content that can only be accessed by moderators. So hold on. So where did this... Did they post this on... Did they post this on their website, J Viper? Did they post this on their website? I think this is crazy, man. But listen, you already know where the gaslight's coming. You already know what's going to happen, right? So the gaslight's going to come where the people who are for this, they're going to say, well, it's a private company. They could do what they want. You already know. You already know that's coming. I'm not even going to bother, right? I'm not even going to bother because those fucking people, they are the most pathetic corporate bootlicking people that live in this world. I swear to God. They're always going to say that. They're like, oh, it's a private company. They could do what they want. Well, here's what it is, right? Yo, Jeremy Webb, thank you for the 20 memberships. True North, thank you for the 10 memberships. I'm going to go over them in a minute. I'm sorry. I'm almost done. You guys are legends. Thank you. So they're going to say this, but here's the thing, right? Yeah, exactly. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Exactly. Yeah, all that stuff. I get it. But here's the thing, right? So if you say something like that, you better be able to hope that you could back it up. And I just think it's ironic that you're over here trying to convince everybody that you're totally going to allow content like this as long as it's not being used to troll or be whatever, right? Whatever excuse. You realize that trolling, harassment, and discrimination is all going to be based on whether or not the moderators view it as such, not if it actually is. So if the person is posting a mod like that, these moderators are going to automatically view it as one of those three things. The person is trolling, the person is trying to cause harassment, or the person is trying to do discrimination. They're going to view it as such and immediately delete it. It's a loophole that allows them to do this with a content that doesn't technically violate their community guidelines. That's what it is. That's all it is. It allows them to have that loophole to do whatever the fuck they want. And it just so happens that they do that with content that they try to deem as being, you know, I guess against progressive ideology. That's really what it's about. That's what it's about. So here's what I'm going to say to kind of end this particular segment. I'm going to put it to you like this. Number one, if you are still using Nexus Mods, I beg of you, and I don't normally like to tell people what to do. You know what? I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to tell you flat out, you should probably reevaluate your decision. If you are somebody who is a modder, again, I'm not a modder, but if you are somebody who utilizes mods and you like modding your video games, I highly implore for you to check out other websites. I really do. I highly implore that you do that because this fucking company is absolutely full of shit in every way, shape, or form. Here's what I would respect it if they would do the following, right? So with controversial mods like this, that you know is going to cause a conversation, right? We already know that. If you have a problem with the conversation that's being had around these mods, if you were to let the mod exist but lock down the thread, I don't think I would have a problem with that. Me personally, because the conversation is going to go to another forum on your website anyway. But at least you lock down the thread and you let the mod exist and you could let people download or not download, but at least you avoid the crazy conversation that's going to come from these mods. Because these mods are always going to cause these conversations. Always. Just lock down the fucking thread and let the mod exist, right? But you're not doing that. You're choosing to not only silence the conversation, but you're also choosing to remove the mod as well. Which means that you are deciding, based off your ideology, what is allowed and what is not allowed. And that's where it becomes bullshit, right? Because again, you just admitted that the mod does not violate your community guidelines. So because you just admitted that, that opened you up to so much criticism. Truthfully, that opened you up to so much criticism. Because now people can argue, well, it doesn't actually violate your guidelines, so what are you doing? Why are you taking it down? LBC Andrew says the mod exists now and the thread is locked down. That's how it should be. That's how it genuinely should be. If you're going to upload mods like this and the moderators feel like this is going to cause an issue, lock down the thread, stop the conversation, but let the mod able to be downloaded or not. Or let it be able to be upvoted, downvoted, however it works. I don't know how it works. But you get what I'm saying. And just leave the actual discussion forums for the conversation at hand. You can have separate forums that handle conversations like that. But the actual mod itself, just lock it down. I feel like that's the easiest thing in the world to do. Anyway, so like I keep telling you guys, I know DEG Mods, the person behind that website, I think they watch my content. I mean, I've seen them like some of my stuff on Twitter and comment on some of my videos. I think I saw them comment on my video when I first talked about them. I don't know if they did recently. But that's a website that I hear a lot of good things about. So if you're a modder, perhaps check out DEG Mods and see if it's for you. Or check out some other websites. If people have recommendations, definitely go check it out. Because, I mean, at this point, Nexus Mods clearly doesn't give a fuck. So that's just what it is. All right, let's catch up on Super Chats.